Welcome back to WT Bricks for another episode of building Mandalore in Lego. Last week I worked on the suspended building just here, and I do need to attach at the top here. As you can see, there is a stress fracture. It's just come here, and I think the top half is tilting away. So I just want to squeeze all of that together. What I need to do is measure from that side to here and make sure that that does fit through the doorway. If it doesn't, then I have to leave that as it is for the time being until I've got the garage all sorted out, which I haven't even started yet, as we're still waiting on builders to get back to us. One thing I do want to do is start work on the building that goes this side. I have got a lot of grey bricks there. I'm not sure it's going to be enough to do the whole building, but there are a fair few in there. But what I need to do is make this building here, so it's attached to the back section but not the front section. This is 4 large grey base plates, and that will not fit through the door frame at the moment. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the plates from here and lower it down a little bit, tile it off, and then on top of the tiles here will be some plates which will just be resting on the top of the tiles, and then they'll be attached to the building at the back there. So this section here will just slide out from under the main building. The building is going to come probably to the front of this section just here, so it's going to be a relatively big building, but from this point here to the back there will fit through the door frame, so that's all good. So without further ado, what I'm going to do, strip this back, put the tiles on, and then we can start on the building itself. And that's the base section all amended. So this part here is 1 plate higher than the tiles just there. Underneath this row of plates here is the cable for the lights. So there's a couple of connector cables there, connection ball underneath this one just there. So all I need to do is connect the two together once it's moved into its final place. The wires are so fiddly to get together. I want to leave that right to the very end. What I've also done is I've made this plate here. This just sits on top of here and clips in place. All I need to do is add another row of plates along the edge here. But what I need to do now is make sure that the connection joint between this section at the front here and at the back has got a lot of strength in it. When I'm moving the MOC, that part of the building is going to be overhanging because this won't be supporting it. I've made it so I can fit this through the doorway, so that's all looking good. So next job, make that as strong as possible. Once I've done so, I can then start building the building up. And that's the ledge, and it's all supported nicely now. So it's kept in place by a row of bricks every 2 studs, and they're 2 bricks or 2 studs wide. In between those, I've also put some plates as well across the actual joint itself. All the plates on top of that, I think, is helping to keep it all nice structurally sound. And what I'll be doing with the beams that go all the way across the building, the whole thing should become one solid unit, and there should be no movement at all on the front section. So now I've done that, I'm just going to slide this module back over onto the tiles so it's not suspended in midair. That way it'll be nice and sturdy whilst I build up. And there is the footprint of the building. I've left these 2 sections just here clear at the moment, and I'm wondering whether to put some jumper plates on here and just step the brickwork back by half a stud, just to give it a little bit more detail on the face there. There's a tunnel or a walkway that's going to be going through. There's going to be a little courtyard area here, and that section is going to lead out to the main courtyard area, and another doorway here. So another thing I was considering having was like a control room in this section just here, but I'm not 100% sold on that idea just yet. Here is the mini MOC that I made at the very beginning of the series, which is what I'm using as my plan for the whole build. Obviously the colours are reversed now. The dark bluish grey is light blue, and light bluish grey is dark blue, bluish grey. And as you see, this was just plain here, so I hadn't put windows in there, and I'm not sure whether they would look right or not. The other option I've got on these sections here is to do another pattern like I've got on this section just there. I just need to think about that. And again, with this building at the top, which I'll be doing, it sticks out. And whether or not I do that in dark bluish grey, I'm not sure, or whether to keep it in the light bluish grey and then just do another dark bluish grey inset bit, the same as I've done on this bit just here. So plenty of decisions to make with that. But what I'm going to do, I'm just going to carry on building this section up now, put the support beams all the way across as I go up so I can help integrate it into the wall to make it nice and strong. One other thing I'm considering doing is actually putting some slopes and inverted slopes on the entrance and exit to this tunnelway just here, as again I think that might look just a little bit better. So I just need to make a couple of decisions there, and then we can carry on building up. And that's as far as I can get for the time being with the support structure inside this building. Now, with these pillars here, they're 10 bricks high, and I'm going to be going up to, I think it's 100 bricks high. So I still need 90 bricks per column going up here. I'm only going to be doing columns on the back half. The front section here are where I'm going to be having the interior build. So you're going to be able to look through from this side and see what's going on. And in here, we're going to have the prison cells. There's going to be the elevator shaft where Bo-Katan has a little battle in there, and other bits and pieces on there. I might do a couple of other rooms as well, little Easter egg rooms and things like that. So I want to cram as many details as I can into that side of the build. Plate wise, going to need another box of plates on there, and obviously I need some filler brick to go along the back wall there to help keep the building nice and strong. Brick wise, on the light bluish grey, I'm hoping that I've got enough bricks to get that all done, because I'm not going to be having obviously a wall on this side. It's all going to be the interior detail, so that should work out quite well. So what I'm going to concentrate on now is seeing what patterns I can do on this front section. I might be able to build this front section up a little bit more than I've done so, due to the fact there's not going to be that much support work, certainly not on that side, but we'll get that done and see how it looks. And here is the start of the pattern. On the right hand side, you can see I've used the dark bluish grey line, and on the left hand side here I've gone for the light bluish grey and light bluish grey. And I do think the dark bluish grey does break it up that little bit more, so I will be going, I think, down that route. So I'll just change that one over, and what I want to do is build these up to the correct height, as well as the section in the middle there. And I'm wondering whether to put some more details inside the centre sections of the pattern there, whether it's a grill of some description, I'm not sure, but it'd be nice to have something on there. So anyway, let's carry on building that up and see how it comes out. And that's the front of the building up to the height that it's going to be. I'll be putting a platform on this section here with some sort of viewing area on both sides, and there'll be a doorway at the back of each section. In this part here, there'll be a glass effect with the dark bluish grey line once again inside it. And I'm not sure what I'm going to do behind. I might take a few of those pillars out and again put more rooms in there, so I can do a little bit more storytelling. Obviously it's not going to be that bigger area, but all the same, it's good to add some little Easter eggs and things like that. But when I get down to this view here, I really do like the look of that. Very much has that Mandalore effect, and at the moment it's obviously just smooth walls with the buildings, and I can't wait to start doing the finer details on here, like the platform that's going at the bottom there. I haven't added any pipe work or anything like that onto the buildings, as whenever I've seen images of Mandalore, I've always thought it's a really smooth and tidy building, and all those sort of things have been hidden away. These parts here I'll be putting grills on, but it's not going to be anything that looks too untidy. Really pleased with the amount of progress I managed to get done this week with this building. It's a shame that I run out of the filler brick and filler plate, otherwise I could have gone a lot further up with this, but I am hoping to get to Dublin tomorrow, and if I do, it's going to enable me to get a lot more work done on this building next week. Anyway, hope you've enjoyed the update. If you have, please remember to give us a big thumbs up. If you haven't already done so, please consider subscribing to the channel. It really helps others to find the channel, the more subscribers we got on board. If you know anybody else you think would be interested in building Mandalore or building Gotham, if you could share the channel with them, it'd be much appreciated. Anyway, thanks for walking by. See you next time. Bye for now.